My philosophy of teaching mathematics has changed drastically since taking this math class and actually working with students. I came into this class with a lot of fear, self-doubt, and fixed mindset. However, after reading about growth mindset and being corrected whenever I vocalize my fixed mindset thoughts, I feel confident in my future skills as a math teacher. A fixed mindset is the idea that you can have a certain amount that you can learn and that's it. Your brain cannot expand and you can either learn math or you cannot. However, a growth mindset is the idea that your brain never stops learning and everyone can learn anything so long as they try. I grew up believing that I had a math brain because that's what I was always told, that I had a math brain and that's why math came easily to me. However, Joe Bohler states in Mathematical Mindsets that a lot of scientific evidence suggests that the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the brains they were born with, but their approach to life, the messages they receive about their potential, and the opportunities they have to learn. A quality teacher helps students form a growth mindset by showing the students their potential, providing valuable learning opportunities, and modeling a growth mindset themselves to help shape the young learner. An excellent teacher is able to use quality assessments and learn from their students so that they can teach to their students' strengths. I know from my experience teaching 5th graders that assessment truly drives instruction because when we use informal assessing, we were able to better understand if that student needed to review prior knowledge or if they were ready for something more advanced. I enjoyed assessing my students because I used alternative assessment methods or observation to monitor the students' progress. My group frequently used checklists and rubrics to monitor our students and what they were learning, so then the student did not feel pressured to get a good grade, but it also allowed us to assess the students naturally with observation. This alternative assessment technique mainly works in small groups, but it is very helpful for the educator and beneficial for the student. We utilize the 5 process standards by using manipulatives and making math a more fun and enjoyable setting for the students. We had a lot of communication in each lesson plan because we believe that children learn from communicating and working with others. We also use manipulatives to make relatable connections and meaningful representations of what we were teaching. For our last lesson plan, we used dominoes to help teach adding and subtracting fractions. It helped the students to not confuse their numerator and denominator and provided the students with meaningful visuals. We used games like modified tic-tac-toe, matching games, cards, and other fun mathematical variations of games to stretch the students' creativity and provide them with fun examples of the math they were learning. I have learned a lot from teaching these students, even though it was only for 1 day a week for a couple of weeks. Majority of what I learned was about the value of assessment and ways to alternatively assess, but I also learned how to help to solve math anxiety by introducing a growth mindset and valuing mistakes. In my future practice, I plan on encouraging my students' growth, showing them their potential, and providing them with many valuable opportunities to learn. Math is thought to be a scary practice, but I want my students to understand that math is fun, important, and is nothing to fear. I do not want my students to leave my classroom feeling as though there is anything they cannot accomplish.